our house, we have an addition at the far back, the mud room. But the basement and everything lines up with the floors above it. Mm-hmm. The only thing that doesn't have a basement under it is that mud room.
Dude, I grew up in a house that was built in the 1880s.
Yeah.
This thing, the basement was terrifying. I mean, even as a grown adult,
yeah,
there was like a separate room. There was this weird little corridor that went to nowhere, and that didn't have a light in it, right? So if you ever had to go, oh man,
yeah, my grandparents had a scary basement, and I tell you what, you know how sense your olfactory nerves are, that when you smell something, it could take you back there immediately. If I smelled that musty scent that hit that identity, it would take me back, and I would be scared as a kid. The sump pump terrified me in that freaking basement, man.
So my basement has, again, built in that time, we have a door that opens up to the side that goes up to the tornado doors. What do they call it?
Bilko doors?
Bilko doors, yeah. Okay. So there's that, and so off to the side of that is halfway up the wall is an opening that goes back into the dark. And the cats, of course, love it. It's like, woo!
Yeah.
But the designs were weird, and but again, think of how many times people in this area have those sort of situations. I guarantee you there's tons of stuff yet to be discovered.
There was only one light switch for the basement, and that was at the top of the stairs. So if you had to go down there,
it's like The Conjuring.
You had to make sure that your brothers weren't anywhere. They didn't know you were going down there.
Casey.
And also we had... Oh, no, but there was a fridge down there, so sometimes we would, put extra sodas or whatever in that fridge. That fridge was so old it didn't even have a light, so you didn't even have that. So if somebody turned those lights out on you, man.
I'm going to go next to Lauren. Hey, Lauren, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Lauren? I'm good.
Good. When I was growing up, we were getting a new back deck built onto our house. So when they ripped down the old one, we saw this door in the ground. So we opened it up. We realized that we had a 4-room bomb shelter.
Ooh. I always wanted a bomb shelter.
That's cool, Lauren. And it was completely detached from the home?
Yeah. It was underneath the house, but you couldn't get to it from in the house.
How many? Was it one room? Was it a couple of rooms?
You said 4.
4 rooms. And did it have like its own ventilation system and everything? I assume it would, right?
I don't really remember. I just remember I was like 9 or 10 years old. Me and my brother had to put a ladder to get down, and we were exploring with flashlights.
Wow. So, Lauren, there was that movie that we had Judd Nelson on last week talking about the girl in the basement. Mm-hmm. He has a bomb shelter under the house when they purchased the house. Yeah. And it is based on a true story, similar to the real story. And so no one knew about it, and that's where he kept his captive women.
And you remember 10 Cloverfield Lane?
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Kind of similar to that. Hey, Lauren, what did you guys end up doing with it?
Well, they ended up building the deck over it again. So we only had about 3 weeks to play in it.
You didn't use it? Oh my God!
Have to, like redo it, make it something,
like a
clubhouse.
Room, yeah.
There's a man cave or a she shed or whatever it is, like a special spot.
Don't they do that in Stranger Things? Don't they? Isn't there a bomb shelter that they're using for parties?
No.
Lauren, did it have electricity?
Different show, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Did it have electricity down there?
Yeah, well, it had a pull string for light, but it didn't work.
Okay. Because, Press, as a teenager,
thanks, Lauren.
That would have been like a cool. I wouldn't have
bong den. Totally, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
As long as
been
it
the
had
party spot for
and,
sure.
Yeah.
And all the prepper food you can eat.
Wow.
Right?
Let me see here. We only have time for a couple more. Let me go to. Let's go to Amy. Hi, Amy. Good morning,
Good morning. You guys rock.
Thank you. What's up, Amy?
So my husband and I just bought a home that's 300 years old.
Dear
and
Lord.
We discovered the root cellar under the one addition of our home, and it has all the original stone shelves where they used to keep all the meats and stuff because they didn't have electricity back then, and the original steps that used to go outside that now go up into the addition over our kind of mudroom area.
Wow. And was it completely sealed off?
No, it wasn't actually. There's a little door. It's about 5 feet tall. We discovered it in the back portion of our basement, which is quite terrifying in itself. But we just discovered this little door and opened it, and I mean the ceiling's maybe 5.5 feet tall, and it's just this cold, dark room, no lights, no windows.
Wood, I mean, dirt floor.
Dirt floor,
Yeah.
yep, and just solid stone walls with, like, just handmade stones put in for shelving and all hooks in the beams.
Wow.
Wow. Handmade plasma TVs.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
No, that I love that. Like the houses that you'll find, the super old houses like in Bucks County and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's astonishing.
Amy, will you guys do anything with it, or are you just gonna just leave it as is?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know. We haven't really thought about it, so we're definitely open to ideas. I'd love to use it for something, maybe hide some dead bodies. But
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably what they used to do anyway. So yeah. All right. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we would play in our neighbors' yards, and your yard was my yard.
Yeah.
But the one neighbor across the street, the Wagners, they had a really great front porch that we would go and hide under. And then, but their back porch, I'm just remembering this, their back porch, we would go under there. We had like a little clubhouse there. But then we discovered a hole in the wall. I guess it maybe was an addition.
Yeah.
And that was like another secret. And so we would go into.
That's awesome.
It was,
Yeah.
but like thinking back on it, like, why? Dude, there could be like raccoons or possums living in there. But
My buddy Steve had a room off of his room that you had to crawl through to get. They had cut a hole in the wall, and you had to remove a piece of paneling, and you could go back in there, and we would party. Yeah.
I told you my neighbor's garage had for some reason there was like an extra level built up on the ceiling on some support. We called it the Nuss Hut because his dad was an artist, and there was a Greek book of nudes.
Yes.
And it was called Nuss. And so we'd go up to the Nuss Hut and look at naked women from 1940s Athens.
Put it to good use.
Yes. Wow. But it's just this room that someone had built there for some reason, and they inherited it.
If you haven't seen the TikTok video yet, it's great. And it's this gal, Samantha, in New York, who found a complete apartment on the other side of her bathroom mirror. And it was uninhabited, and it's just cool. It's a neat little adventure too. It's just they're each a minute long. It's only 4 videos, and step by step she takes you through the process. But it's hit virally, so if you want to take a look at that, you'll enjoy it today. All right, we need to take a break. We got people to talk to this morning. JJ, Jim Jackson, Flyers are going to be welcoming fans back this Sunday.
Yep.
We're going to talk to them a little bit about that, and we have some other people to chat with as well. Some, you know what? I'm going to give away a gift card from our friends at Rita's because they're here this morning. They have dropped off a quarts of ice and treats to us, and the wait is over because Rita's is now open and serving up all your favorite frozen treats. You can stop by for some happiness with a delicious Italian ice or creamy frozen custard. Caller number 9 at 215-263-WMMR. You get a $25 gift card. How about that? We'll take a break and be right back. B-Files coming up.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Hey, I'm Brian. As an aspiring baker, I've got a lot of secret ingredients. But my best one yet? Metro by T-Mobile. Metro gave me and the family high-speed
presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Natural Lawn of America. Safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. Schedule their full service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. We'll start with this bit of irony. A California serial killer who authorities say strangled and raped at least 7 women was fatally choked himself in state prison.
What?
Roger Reese, well, he didn't choke himself, but he was strangled to death.
I would like to see that, though.
He was known as a strangler.
That's what you get.
Roger Reese Kibbe, who was 81 years old, known as the I-5 Strangler.
I remember this.
1970s and 1980s, was spotted unresponsive Sunday in his cell at Mule Creek State Prison southeast of Sacramento. His 40-year-old cellmate standing nearby. An autopsy showed that Kibbe had been manually strangled, calling the death a homicide. No charges have been filed in the death of Kibbe, a former suburban Sacramento furniture maker whose brother was a law enforcement officer. He was initially convicted in 1991 of strangling Darcine Frankenpole, who was 17 years old and had run away from her home in Seattle. Investigators said then that they suspected him in other similar slayings, but it wasn't until 2009 that an investigator used new developments and evidence to connect him to 6 additional slayings in multiple North Carolina counties with several victims alongside Interstate 5 or other highways in 1986. Kibbe was serving multiple life terms for the slayings when he was killed. Authorities say he never stopped trying to prove that, one of the investigators said he never stopped trying to prove that he was responsible for even more deaths. Investigators secretly took him on multiple field trips from prison with the hope that they would reveal the whereabouts of more victims.
I was reading a bit of this story, Preston, and after a while they began to realize he was probably just doing this to get out on those field trips.
Yeah, maybe, but he never admitted to other killings beyond those which he was charged. But he was strangled to death. The strangler was strangled to death.
That's fine by me.
Yep. The Lee County Sheriff's Office in Florida says 21-year-old Adrian Gonzalez Bradway was arrested Wednesday after he showed up naked to his neighbor's home. On Tuesday afternoon, he began tapping on her door. The resident asked Bradway if he needed assistance, but he didn't respond, and a half hour later, the homeowner saw him jumping on the family's trampoline while still naked.
There's footage of this, is there not?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. When the woman saw him touching himself, she called 911.
I was fine with the trampoline, but this is just disgusting.
Police added that Bradway ran up to the woman's door demanding entry, and when she refused, he allegedly smashed her kitchen window. Deputies arrived and then took Bradway into custody. Deputies and fire personnel responded to a report of a man trapped underneath a hay bale around 5 a.m. on Monday. The sheriff's office said deputies found a 50-year-old local man trapped under a bale that weighed about 1,500 pounds.
Oh. Hey! What?
They were able to dig the man out, and he was flown to a local hospital. I don't know his condition. The owner of the hay told authorities that the man did not have permission to be on the property and had not bought the hay. Sheriff's office is investigating the incident. In Rhode Island, a man said that he has Ring doorbell camera footage of an Amazon delivery driver urinating on the groceries he had just dropped off.
Is this the second time? You had a story like this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
No, this is a guy actually peeing on the groceries.
Yeah.
The man
How much extra do you pay for that?
Says he immediately called Amazon customer service, which was largely unhelpful. But when he called a corporate number, an Amazon representative apologized profusely and sent a cleaning crew to the house to clean the front walkway. The man also got a $100 credit in his Amazon account on Wednesday morning. He adds that he contacted police who have been trying to locate the driver.
I mean, the Ring doorbells are not like secretly. You see them; they're giant boxes.
They're obvious.
But
they glow.
People forget they're there. You know, and they don't know how clear those videos.
They're astonishing. Now I have a Sky Bell. The field of vision on that thing is super wide. I pick up everything and super sensitive. It actually takes pictures of cars just passing in the street.
And even if there aren't cameras, if you're going to piss on the groceries, I think they're going to figure out how that happened.
Yeah. Piss away from the house and then deliver them. Any idiot can tell you that.
But he wanted to do this on the groceries for whatever reason. So there you go.
There's more to that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police arrested a man they believe has been dressing up as a Home Depot employee and stealing from the franchise across the panhandle of Florida.
So he goes into the store dressed as a Home Depot employee and then steals.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess it worked once, and he decided, I'll try this all around Florida. City police said they arrested Dustin White of Georgia. They responded to the Home Depot after callers say White was seen loading merchandise into the back of a moving truck in the store's parking lot.
I can't believe someone's doing this at a hardware store.
They say he was wearing a Home Depot apron in an attempt to conceal what he was doing. White tried to run, but was caught after a short chase. Investigators say White had taken more than $1,500 of merchandise from a Panama City location. They also believe he had taken items from the Panama City Beach location and possibly the Tallahassee stores as well.
Think of this dude running in a Home Depot apron.
They say at all three locations he dressed like an employee. White is charged with grand theft, scheme to defraud, and possession of meth as well.
There's a TikToker who doesn't steal, but he dresses up as employees. I think it's Walmart, and he goes in and he tells the other staff who are like stocking shelves, he's like, the boss just said you're doing a great job. You can go take a break. You can leave for the day. And he tells people to leave.
Is he getting them fired?
No, I think eventually like most of the employees, at least the videos he posts, they're like, who are you? I've never seen you. Do you work here?
Right.
It's pretty funny.
And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you. So we're going to take a break. We'll get back in a second, and we do have a guest from FEMA that's going to be joining us about the vaccinations that are being done at the convention center in Philadelphia. So we'll get those details, and we have some other things to dive into. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
The Preston and Steve Small Business
Morici, who is on the show. Hey, Nick, how you doing, man?
Doing well, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So when did this get started at the convention center?
We started on Wednesday the 3rd, and we are working 7 days a week from 8 to 8, and we'll be there for 8 weeks. We're working in collaboration and coordination with the City of Philadelphia, the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, as well as the military there that's going to help us do the injections for the vaccinations. Now, we'll be there. We could vaccinate up to 6,000 people a day. That's up to 6,000, and we're working hard to get the word out. So I thank you all for giving us the time today.
So now, which are you giving the Moderna, or which would I'm asking only because if someone gets a shot, they obviously have to come back for a second shot for the Moderna and the Pfizer. What vaccination are you giving?
Pfizer.
The Pfizer?
Yes, sir.
So how do they get their second shot? They'll still come back to you for the second shot?
Yeah, they'll make the appointment. So when they make the appointment online, and they could go on to phila.gov/vaccine-interest, or you could call 311. They could make their appointment. They get in for their first appointment, and then before they leave, they'll have their second appointment.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah,
okay, so how about qualifying? Who qualifies for this? Is anybody?
Great question, Preston. It is for 1A and 1B. So we're talking about essential workers. We're talking about folks that are over 75 years old. But that also allows us, because we could do so much more volume at the convention center, because, if you've been there for the car show or the flower show, how many people we could fit in there, and that 6,000 number is up to every day for possible vaccinations, we could free up a lot of the local spots that are around the city of Philadelphia that have been doing a good job for quite a while.
Yeah, we found that and there have been multiple cases of say, different sites where they've gotten to the people they needed to get to, and there were extra shots available, and so those were administered outside of whatever, whether you're 1A or 1B or whatever the classification is. So what you're saying is basically the opportunity and likelihood you're closer to getting a shot has now increased exponentially.
Opened it up, and those shots are going to save lives. We are keeping people out of hospitals also. So that's the key that we have to think about it here. We've been in this for almost a year as a community together, as a Philadelphia community together. I'm a Philadelphian. So this mission is special to everyone here in FEMA Region 3, and it's special to everyone in the nation that works for FEMA as well. But it means something, and we're going to try to get everybody vaccinated that we can, that's eligible, that fits that criteria. We know that, we want people to be patient. It's the weather's getting better. So obviously we're going to be there for 8 weeks. So we encourage everyone to sign up online or call 311 and try to get your shot.
Hey, Nick, as you're signing up online, first of all, what's the email address or website to go to? And also, what type of information will you need to be filling out in that request form?
Two great questions. So one, it's at phila.gov/vaccine-interest, and that is the website to go on, and we could send that to your folks. You could post it for your listeners, or we could even tweet it out for you. And then the other, you're going to have to take an ID, and you'll have to take a copy of like a utility bill or something that proves your residence, because it's for Philadelphia County residents only. So Philadelphia City, Philadelphia County, one and the same. We're looking to get that information, and we'll get you in the line.
Are you required to enter any insurance information when you're filling out your request form, if you will?
No, you're not. Just demographic information, just who you are and where you live. And then, of course, please note that there's no walk-ins. So it's by appointment only. So I know it's very popular. Everyone wants to get the vaccine, but walk-ins cannot be accepted.
Cool. So, Nick, you mentioned is Philadelphia residents only. Are there plans at any point to extend that to the New Jersey suburbs and PA suburbs and Delaware as well?
Well, Region 3, we cover Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., Virginia, and West Virginia. Right over the bridge and right over the river, obviously, is New Jersey. We did an operation in Delaware about 2 weeks ago, and that started at the Dover International Speedway. That was a great drive-up site. We did that with the Department of Emergency Management there in DEMA, and we know that our neighbors in New Jersey have been doing things for a little while. This in the area, this federally funded and supported site is one of the first in Philadelphia. So it's actually the first in Philadelphia.
All right. Very cool.
All right. Well, listen, Nick, you guys got your hands full, lots of work ahead, and we want to keep people coming through, so we'll pass the information along. And we thank you guys for doing the hard work that you're doing.
Hey, guys, you guys rock. I appreciate it.
No problem. Nick Morici, guys, from FEMA, Philadelphia. So that's good news. Just
getting there.
Opening up more opportunity for people to get in and get that taken care of. All right, we have another guest, actually, who's on the line. This came together at the last second. Kathy had a news story this morning. There was a fire in Montgomery County at this place called the Normandy Farms.
Yes.
And there's a restaurant there that my wife and I used to go to regularly. A great place, and it's also a venue where you can have wedding receptions and all kinds of different functions. Beautiful place, and it's old. It's been around for a long time. It's an old farm estate. So they caught on fire,
which sucks.
And then there was a story about how a woman was having her wedding there, and I think the wedding day was today. And Nick, what was the details?
So they were actually supposed to get married about a year ago, and the pandemic happened, so they had to delay it. They delayed it until today.
God.
And then this fire happened last night. But believe it or not, there are some real positive silver linings, and they're going through with the wedding. And so we got a text from the sister of the bride, and we're going to chat with the bride momentarily.
Yep. So this is the bride, ladies and gentlemen. Caitlin is on the line. Hey, Caitlin, how you doing?
Hey, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks to you, Caitlin. All right, kind of a weird couple of days here.
Absolutely.
When did this the fire happen overnight?
No, so we went out to dinner at the Normandy Farms Hotel with the farmer's daughter, and we were finishing up dinner, walking across the hotel or walking across the parking lot that goes to the carriage house where we were staying with all of our stuff. And we see a bunch of firefighters and fire trucks, and we're going, and there's smoke, and I'm like, oh, that looks really close to our house. And I'm getting closer, and I'm like, that's a lot of smoke, and I start running, and we just see all the flames, and I realized that the whole house we were staying in was up in flames.
So you have a situation where you obviously, I don't think when you were talking to your wedding planner a year plus ago, you were saying, okay, just in case of a pandemic, what do I do? So you have to roll with that. You delay it. You figure, okay, we'll get enough of a time here where we can pull this off. And then when the fire breaks out, do you ever for a second say, are the forces of the universe aligning to tell us something, or does it make you more resolute to go through with this marriage?
I think at first I thought, you've got to be kidding me. No way. Is this happening? And then once I realized everything was okay, everyone was safe, we called the DJ, told him we're changing our entrance song to We Didn't Start the Fire.
Nice. All right, so who all's staying there? Just the immediate family, the wedding party?
So last night was my mom and my 4 sisters.
Okay.
We're all in and myself, we're all in the house that caught on fire.
And you guys were all out to dinner together?
Yes.
All right, so at least you knew everybody, the people were safe.
Everyone was safe,
okay.
Absolutely, yep.
But then you got to worry about, oh my God, my dress is in there. Oh my God, we have this, we have that, and all the stuff we need for the wedding. What was the story on all of those materials?
So I just kind of, all of a sudden it hit me, and like I was running through my brain of everything that was in there. And I'm like, oh, this is in there, and that's in there, and this is in there. And I was thinking, like, how are we going to have a wedding without any of that stuff? Thankfully, the firefighters did a great job. They got everything out. When they came walking out, their arms up high, holding long dresses, I let out a yell. I went crazy. I was running in the parking lot to go get them, and it was just exciting to see the dresses and know that it'll all work out.
Caitlin, does your dress smell smoky? Have you sniffed it yet?
It does smell smoky. I'm not going to lie. I have some hair pieces. They smell really smoky.
Oh, no.
Today I opened up one bag, and I was like, cool, this is really smoky. So we're airing everything out all over the hotel.
All right, so I assume you guys are staying there because you're going to have the reception at the at Normandy Farm, right?
Yes, so now we switched over and we're now in the main hotel.
Okay, so it's not good. You still have a venue. You're able to do it. And today's the wedding, right?
Today's the wedding. I was supposed to get married March 21st, 2020. So it has been a long time coming.
Sure.
I'm very excited to.
Oh,
did we lose you,
Caitlin? Yeah, I think we lost her. All of a sudden, there's another fire.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
No.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I mean, how nice that they were able, those firefighters got the dresses and all that out.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole wedding day.
There we go.
We lost you for a second.
Caitlin, we lost you for a bit there. I forgot what the last question I asked you was.
I forget.
What do you like to eat?
Yeah, what do you like to eat?
What do you have? What's on the
How
menu?
about WandaVision?
My husband, my future husband's still MIA, so I'm not sure what he's up to.
What? Okay. When officially does the ceremony kick underway, or get underway, I should say?
6 p.m.
Okay.
6 p.m. Okay.
So hopefully we get to 6 o'clock. We make it, everyone survives, and I get to walk down the aisle.
So you're going to watch the final episode of WandaVision and Servant before or after?
Maybe. I might actually take a break in between. Cocktail hours.
Hey, how many people at the reception?
We have 123.
Okay. All right.
That's actually good.
Yeah,
If you
especially now. Yeah.
If you have any projectors or anything, watch. You can put "Coming to America" up on the.
Yeah,
there you go. Yep.
comes out
I'm just
today.
trying. There's so
I'll
much.
just send DJ another email.
It's awesome.
All right. Well, listen, you guys are going to have a story for the rest of your lives
Absolutely.
because
Between
of
pandemic and a fire, I think we're set for life. We don't need any more fun.
No, this marriage will survive the
Love
ages.
conquers all.
Yes.
How about that? All right,
Yes, it
Caitlin,
does.
good luck the rest of the day, and congratulations to you, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
Are you too? Caitlin, guys, the beautiful bride on her way down the wedding aisle.
Love prevails.
God. Could you imagine?
No, I would just be devastated.
She seems like a good bride, though. I mean,
Yeah.
to just flow with it like that.
Let it roll.
Yeah, like I was going to suggest, I think there's a dry cleaner across the street, and I was like, you should take the dress over there. They might be able to help with the smell. But listening to her, she didn't seem like she really
Doesn't
cared.
matter.
Yeah.
And they'd probably do it for free, wouldn't you think?
I would hope so.
After something like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they are going to have the story of the family to tell for a long, long time. COVID, then a fire. And if one more thing happens between now and 6 p.m., I'm telling you this right now, Caitlin, call it off.
Yeah.
Just call it off. It's the universe telling you something. But good luck with everything. You know what? It's Friday, and I should probably clean out the junk drawer. So,
by the way, did you see the? I forget which Lindsay Lohan movie it's from. Is it from The Parent Trap? But they play this song in the scene, and her and I think like a butler do a dance to this.
Oh,
like
really?
A quick little thing. We've got to learn that.
Yeah, we should. All right, let me see what I can find in here. All right, how about this? At 118 years old, the world's oldest living person is preparing to carry the Olympic torch this May in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah, Kane Tanaka is her name, who has twice survived cancer, lived through 2 global pandemics, and loves to drink fizzy drinks. Will take the flame as it passes through, I guess it's Shime in her home prefecture of Fukuoka. While Tanaka's family will push her in a wheelchair for almost most of her 100-meter or so leg. The super centenarian, what song is that?
I thought it was the Olympics theme.
Okay, what is this? Hang on.
Oh, that's good. Is she coming in like this?
Hit boy.
I don't know why it's got all this stuff underneath it.
You know what? I'm reading it wrong. It says Olympus. Olympus.
Oh,
not Olympics.
Olympus.
Okay.
Okay.
I heard Dave Matthews in there.
Yeah, hang on. Oh, okay, so that's Pissing the Night Away.
Pissing the Night Away.
Piss Boy. And Piss Boy. It's all piss.
Oh, that's Eddie Vedder.
Okay, well, anyhow.
Cool.
Okay.
That was fun.
Let's talk about this lady.
What does she have to do with that montage?
It was an accident.
I think I hear Dave Matthews.
So this will be, she'll do a 100-meter or so leg of the super centenarian.
Wow.
Is determined to walk the final few steps as she passes the torch to the next runner. Man, 118.
She's going to do some deadlifting too, right?
Previous record holders for the oldest Olympic torchbearers include Ada Germanique of Brazil, who lit the torch in the 2016 Rio Summer Games at age 106, and table tennis player Alexander Kaptarenko, who ran with the torch at the 2014 Sochi Winter Games at 101 years old. So she will be the oldest to ever do this.
She looks tremendous for her.
She
looks like
does.
I would put her at like 70.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, in her 70s. So cool badge of honor for her. So nice. All right, what else we have here?
Where's the music?
All right, you know what?
Yeah.
Should I mention this? Should I mention this now or later? What do you think?
Let's do it now.
You wanna do it
Yeah,
now?
because it's in a prime spot and it
All right.
deserves to be acknowledged.
WMMR Philadelphia has renewed a deal with legendary radio personality Pierre Robert. There was a press release that was put out yesterday. It says Beasley Media Group announces legendary rocker WMMR FM radio personality Pierre Robert has signed a multi-year extension hosting middays in Philadelphia. The move guarantees Robert will celebrate 40 uninterrupted years with the radio station this November.
That's pretty amazing.
Radio icon is one of the most recognized personalities in the city of Philadelphia. Robert joined the rock station in 1981. and has been hosting the midday show with his unabashed love for music, his listeners, and the city.
Zappa cool, man.
So amazing. 40 years in November.
MMR, there is no MMR without Pierre.
No, exactly. So we're very, very happy for our brother and looking forward to many more years of working together with him.
When we were having our conference call last night, I said, oh, yeah, Pierre resigned, and Kathy thought I said Pierre resigned.
Dude. For a minute, and my heart dropped. I got that, that feeling like in your stomach. Like I was like, what? Oh my God. What? And it was just for a second, but I'm glad it wasn't that.
I'm pretty sure that Pierre will die with headphones on his head.
Absolutely.
In front of him.
In fact, it might be because he strangled himself trying to run for a spilling cup of coffee.
Maybe. No, I'm happy for him. Pierre's he's had a rough week, and not to go into any detail about that, but he's and maybe this is part of it, man. When you're re-upping, when you're renegotiating
stressful
for a contract, it can be a very stressful situation. There's a lot.
Listen to him.
Kaboomba!
That was right as he signed.
Yeah, so he signed.
Done. It can be a bit much, so we're really happy for him.
I mean, not only, but he also got a song request from this bus driver in the area named Otto, and I thought that was really cool that happened.
Yeah, right. He's a big fan.
I didn't hear it.
Neither did I.
I just heard about it.
Pierre will take requests from humans and animated beings. It doesn't matter. He is. But I mean, honestly, where is MMR without Pierre? It's just does not exist.
I think
he is the heart and soul of the station.
It's at least the second Simpsons character that has made a request. I think groundskeeper Willie at Springfield Elementary had.
Just accept that Pierre is not up on all of this stuff. And, it's not a big... Now, to get one over on someone who's really tied into the stuff, that's a badge of honor.
Right.
But if you were to put one over like this on Nell...
Yeah, but it's still pretty fun.
I'm not denying that.
We were at dinner last night, and my family was talking about... They were asking about the mouse, and they asked what we did with the mouse. And I said, oh, they threw it at me, and I hit it with a wiffle ball bat. And my daughter, she goes, wait, really? And I was like... No. Well, why would you ever think that? I mean, A, it was a terrible joke, but B, it was totally unbelievable. You know?
Okay.
All right.
That was for you, Pierre.
Yeah. That was for you, Pierre.
All right, congratulations, Pierre Robert.
That's great.
We'll talk to him about it later during the crossover this morning. So
keep going. Elbow deep.
Okay, how about this? No, stop it. Stop it.
Get in there.
Stop it. How about this one? Disney fans won't have as many Disney stores to shop at in the near future.
That's sad to hear.
But we gave away a bunch of gift cards this week, but it's okay. They'll be around for a little bit. The Walt Disney Company, as part of a plan to emphasize e-commerce, will close at least 60 Disney stores in North America this year. The company announced on Wednesday that amounts to about 1/3 of the stores in North America. There are about 300 worldwide.
Is there? So where's the closest Disney
There's
store?
one in the.
Is there one in KOP?
No, there's one at the Montgomeryville Mall.
Okay.
Springfield Mall as well.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So they're around. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there before Christmas at the Springfield Mall one.
Yeah, Kath, I remember the one. See, I haven't gone in a little while, it may be gone. I don't know.
I remember when they first came on the scene, and I would go in there, and the staff wore those kind of Disney sweaters and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's got to be uncomfortable.
The Disney store at the Springfield Mall, the ladies, oh man, she saved me. I was getting, so you know the advent calendars? So I was getting an advent calendar that has those Disney pins in them. And Disney pins, they're like currency when you go to the theme parks.
Right.
I was like, oh, what a great gift that I can get for my brother. And she's just about to ring me up. She goes, do you know how much this thing cost? I was like, no, I have no idea. She's like, it's like $300. I was like, oh my God. Like,
all right, when you mean currency, you can use them to trade and stuff?
So you'll see, especially people that
I've seen people wearing tons of them, yeah.
Yes, and like the people that work on premises.
Okay.
If you see a pin that you like, you go, I will trade you that Simba pin for this.
Okay. Swap them like that. I thought you meant like
sex and stuff.
And sex.
I'll give you a handy for that Simba pin.
You know what, Press? I don't necessarily know if if that's off the mark either. Like I don't necessarily. I don't know if you can or can't.
Getting back to the store locations, I don't think that there's one in King of Prussia or Montgomeryville Mall anymore.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's Hershey, Lancaster, Limerick.
I haven't seen one in a long time, Nick.
Yeah, Springfield, Casey does still exist, but the other ones just they've up and vanished like a fart in the wind.
Scroll down on this, if you would, please. I want to see if Limerick, Woodbridge, Newark. There's one in Cherry Hill.
Yeah, Montgomeryville closed 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I know.
There used to be one in the Oxford Valley Mall as well, but I'm pretty sure that closed.
There's one in
ago.
Helsinki.
So Disney's entire business with its theme parks closed to some extent with the pandemic, and while its Disney Plus streaming service blossomed to 94.9 million subscribers, Disney's revenue in the October-December quarter fell 22%. And so the move is meant to capitalize on consumers' embracing of online shopping and address what shoppers expect from a retailer, they said. It won't affect more than 600 Disney Parks stores and other locations, including Disney stores inside Target stores as well. I didn't know there were Disney stores inside Target.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
How do you not know that?
There's not one at any of the Targets I've been to.
Also, shoppers can expect new merchandise, including adult clothing, streetwear, and home products and collectibles, too. So look for that in the near future.
When you go to the stores that are in park, like at Universal, if you go to there, they're incredible.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, they have
You're going to buy $45,000 worth of stuff.
Well, they also had them strategically. When you get off the ride, you're in the gift shop.
Store.
Yeah.
Every time.
The gift shop, and boom, they got you.
Now, I'm sure if you have kids,
science.
It's crazy. But then again, my wife has me, so when we get out, I'm like.
But you're right, Steve. Like I remember at the Hollywood Studios. All down this main street is just store of really cool stuff. And yeah, Steve, Universal. Yeah, you go to the Harry Potter. What's it? Diagon Alley. Oh, I want to buy everything in all those stores, and I'm like a mid-level Harry Potter fan. It's so cool.
I have 3 wands.
Oh my
three
God.
magic wands.
I wanted to buy a robe and a scarf and
when you go into that store,
a bludger and all
the mirror,
these things.
The mirror talks to you.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's outstanding.
Back to Disney. I think that the one across the street here might have a Disney store in it, right here on
The
Monument.
Target?
The Target.
How would you not know that?
Because I don't really. No, I don't really go to that one.
Okay. All right, let me see what else. Let's go. I want to save that for another time. I'm sorry. Okay, so the Washington football team is dropping its cheerleaders, and they're going to be replacing them with a dance team instead.
Is that what they're going to call them? A dance team?
Well, yeah, it's going to be a co-ed dance team too, which they've done at the Eagles, right? They have 2 guys. There's a couple of guys. Yeah,
there's 2.
I thought there were 2.
No, I thought there was only 1.
Maybe he has a split personality.
He might. There's 2 now. Okay.
Former. Steve, you knew something Casey did.
I know. I'm sorry about football. I'm a jock. What can I say?
Former Laker girls manager Petra Pope, who also launched the Knicks City Dancers. You have city dancers, Nick?
Well, I rent them.
Wow. Okay. So, and redesigned the Nets Entertainment when they moved from New Jersey to Brooklyn. Was hired yesterday as an advisor to overhaul the performing group.
So, what do you just lose pom poms and then all of a sudden you're a dance team?
Maybe because, do the cheerleaders do big dance routines?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, the goal is to make people pay less attention.
At the end of every quarter,
I think that's part of differentiating them.
Yeah,
okay.
At the end of every quarter, so there's 4 separate squads, right? And they're in each corner of the arena, stadium. And then at the end of each quarter, they will convene in each of the end zones. They will do a dance, and then they will switch to a different. So each squad will be in each corner of the stadium at least once throughout the game.
All right.
So they do dances.
I wonder if maybe if they'll be expanding their size or something like that. Because I think the Sixers dance squad was always a little bigger than the Eagles cheerleading squad, right? I may be off. I don't know.
So I was going to bring them up, Preston, because they rebranded the Sixers dance team to the Sixers entertainment team, because it's not just women dancers, and they have the dance squad as well, but they have like those hip hop dancers, the guys that do the dunks. So Franklin's on there.
That's
so it's
pretty amazing stuff.
It's really impressive, and it's not just about attractive women in skimpy outfits.
Well, maybe they're going to be, because while the Eagles cheerleading squad is great, I remember watching the Sixers doing the Sixers dance team doing their routines, it seemed more involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kathy?
it's more choreography, whereas the cheer team, they might be doing things, in what's the word I'm looking for? Synchronized, but it's more cheering than it is dancing. Like the cheer moves that you would actually put words to, they may not be putting words to them, but I think that's what part of it anyway.
All right, so that's
all
what
good.
The Washington football team is doing. They're creating that squad. So, all right, let's do one more thing. The positive impacts of microdosing hallucinogens may be no more than a hallucination itself, researchers have found.
Interesting.
Microdosing, or the practice of regularly using low doses of psychedelic drugs, including LSD and psilocybin, the active ingredient in magic mushrooms, has become a relatively mainstream practice thanks to its trendiness in Silicon Valley, where CEOs, including Steve Jobs, have endorsed it as a productivity hack. But a new study has found that the purported benefits of taking a very small amount of hallucinogens daily may, in fact, be more of a
detrimental
placebo. No, not detrimental.
Seahorses forever.
You may believe that it's working, and that would be fine too. But in
rainbow.
In findings published Tuesday in the scientific journal eLife, researchers with the Imperial College London reported that their study of 191 participants, the largest placebo-controlled trial on psychedelics to date, found that anecdotal benefits of microdosing can be explained by the placebo effect. Researchers had virtually guided study participants, all of whom were already regularly microdosing, through the process of preparing themselves 4 weeks' worth of envelopes containing either a placebo gel capsule or one with low LSD dose, each envelope bearing a QR code that they logged following consumption. And at the end of the trial period, researchers found that participants reported an improvement in psychological well-being across the board, whether they were actually acid or placebo.
Or believed it was. Have you ever done psychedelics?
I never have. No.
I know I'd hate it. I just can't. Anything that surrenders control, or if I were to feel like I was, out of it, would drive me crazy.
No, I think I want to do mushrooms.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I want to do it. Yeah.
Just to try it?
Yeah, just to try it.
I did them once, and it was one of the greatest days of my life. And that's not an endorsement. I'm not saying that you should go out, you, dear listener, should go out and try them. Just me personally, it was fantastic. It was a day in Mexico, and I will never forget it. Steve, I understand where you're coming from on it, but man, was I having a good time.
Yeah, it's just the way. But you know me, I don't drink or do anything.
Not for you.
So yeah.
However,
I do like the very thin Oreos.
Pretty much the same thing.
You just put that under your tongue and let it dissolve.
Double cookie.
The report is full
double stuff, yeah.
Numerous concessions regarding the study's weaknesses, including that it had a small participant pool and was performed by citizens who were not in a clinical setting. So some people are saying that it might not be accurate.
Yeah, you need to randomly dose people without their knowledge.
Okay, that's what you should do. Still, the citizen science approach was vital, as restricted drug policies make placebo-controlled studies on psychedelics difficult and expensive, in particular for microdosing.
So we did this study,
which involves taking psychedelics over a longer period of time.
It's crazy what they used to do way back in the day.
Oh, yes.
Testing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like the Abby Hoffman days, and you just go way back.
Timothy Leary stuff, yes.
Well, no, prior to Timothy Leary, there's he was kind of the guy that ruined it all. Because they were actually trying to. Well, listen, some people were having fun. But they were really doing some research. And I mean, they had gallons and gallons and gallons of this stuff. And they were trying to be as educational as they possibly could. And then Timothy Leary came in and he was just sort of spouting off and, raised all sorts of red flags and
okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to let you finish, and I was going to jump in. But,
I'm done.
Okay. There's a video. It's classic. It's from probably in the 1950s or whatever. It's black and white, maybe the 60s, where there's just a woman, an everyday kind of housewife type, and they give her a dose, and you slowly watch as she starts to see things, and she's describing, and it's wild, man.
Seahorses.
She's like, you can see this, right? These colors.
Right.
And it's pretty wild.
And
that freaks me out.
That's how all of this was back then. I mean, it's, normal people with if you were to look at them, they are all buttoned up with their suits and
Cary Grant used to do LSD. It goes way back, even before that, before even just hallucinogens in general. Listen, that's been part of culture since time began. There are people looking to get Carlos Castaneda and all that. All that stuff was all part of.
I don't know who Carlos Castaneda
is. He wrote about all of this sort of, shrooms and higher consciousness and all of that. So, very Joe Rogan-esque.
Two recommendations. There's a documentary on Netflix called Have a Good Trip, and it talks about people that have taken a trip and gone somewhere, in their mind. Sting's in it, a lot of different celebrities. It's a good watch. And then there's a book that Casey and I both read called How to Change Your Mind. The author's name is Michael Pollan, and he's a fascinating author, and it talks about expanding your mind and maybe changing the way that you think, but they talk about mushrooms and acid and it's not for everyone. And so, this is another one of these things. I hate this phrase, but do your own research. Right. Come to your own conclusions on what might be right for you. But if you're interested, these are two good places to start.
All right. Or watch HR Puffin stuff.
That's an acid trip in and of itself. All right, and that's it. We're going to close out the junk drawer with an acid trip. And we're going to take a break and come back because we need to do a few other things. And also, we need to remind you, it is a bit of an acid trip when you check out the creations for Cardboard Classic, the Home Edition.
Awesome.
There are 8 teams that are vying for bragging rights and, of course, the cardboard trophy from Acme Corrugated Box. And we are taking the voting during our show this morning. So it's up at PrestonandSteve.com. We'd like you to go and vote for your favorite. Like I said, there's only 8 galleries. It's not going to take you much time. And you make your decision and you vote for who you think should win. And we'll probably expand on that a little bit when we get back.
Yes.
We're going to talk to JJ, Jim Jackson, find out what's going on with the first-time Flyers have welcomed back fans to a game on Sunday since pandemic. So we'll see what's going on in his world. We'll be back in just a moment. And you know what? Let's give away another $25 gift card to Rita's Water Ice.
Do it.
Take caller number 6.
have nothing but that happen. So, they'll do everything they can within the guidelines that are there. I mean, there will be certain restrictions. There'll be contactless ticket scanning, contactless parking for the fans. They'll only be able to order foods, I think, from their seat. They'll have to be consumed the food from the seat. That's the only time I think you can take the mask off, and then you have to put it right back on. You have to wear masks pretty much at all times. So there are definitely going to be. It's still not going to be normal. We're still going to have the social distancing and doing all that we can to be safe about this. But Gritty, I have a feeling, will make his presence felt. That's for sure.
Did you happen to see? And I don't know. And forgive me if it was here or it seemed to be. It was from some other place, and it popped up on social media. It was a footage of, I guess, one of the arenas was doing an in-arena hand sanitizer cam, and the pump was squirting. And I think they realized quickly that it looked bizarrely sexual.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was not. It was an NBA game. It was the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks, and it was a mistake. You applaud the effort for wanting people to look clean and use sanitizer. But
oh my God,
the Flyers
at it.
The Wells Fargo Center people are listening. Don't do that.
So what it does, like the kiss cam, it shows fans in the audience, and then it has this. It has this animated hand sanitizer pump, and it's squirting this white liquid all over the people.
It's not good.
Well, that's the NBA, so you have to talk to Mark Zumoff for coming to
Yeah, we'll talk to Zoom.
Yeah, don't do that if there's any idea of it.
My God.
I'm staying away from that.
All right.
Wow. Well, listen, this is a cool step in the right direction. And it's just, encouraging to see that things are lightening. And hopefully, if everybody's good and plays by the rules, in no time we'll be back to, maybe half capacity and then work our way up to full capacity.
Then like 3 times the legal limit.
Yeah. If we could start pushing the boundaries of the fire codes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be
completely reckless.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the fans do have to follow the restrictions, because I know there have been a couple cities in the NBA, also the NHL, where there have been some things happening, and that they could very easily just shut it right back down again.
Right.
So fans, be happy that you can get back to the games, but please follow the instructions, follow the directions everyone gives you, and we can be safe about this, and you can root on the Flyers. There's tons of interest in the Sixers and Flyers this year. Obviously, they're both having good seasons, and ratings are great, and it's just it's good that we can actually get fans back in the seats to be personally involved, but you have to do it carefully. So and then maybe we get to the point in 3, 4, 5 months where we're getting back to normal, and you won't have to do all these things. But for now, we certainly still have to follow all the restrictions.
All right, cool. JJ, it's good to catch up with you. Have fun, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, man?
Sounds good. You guys be good.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
Jim Jackson, one of the best in the business. He's awesome. You know what? I saw this. We have a new Daily Rush video. I've not seen this yet. It's called The Paralyzed Mice. It says a breakthrough in genetics may give mice a chance to walk again, according to Dr. Turdballs. I don't remember all of that.
I think I remember that exchange.
But we are, I guess, is this the video of us releasing the mouse yesterday? No, it's not. Okay. So this is older?
This is older. Yeah,
Okay.
you brought up a story about it, and I think it was just a noticer or something like that, and we expanded on it.
Watch it now at PrestonSteve.com, sponsored by Punchline Philly, Fishtown's first comedy club, restaurant, and bar. Nick Murphy just saw our little furry friend in our office just a little while ago.
Nick,
So
were
he's
you
still
lying
there.
to me too this whole time? You knew?
He didn't know.
Yeah, he did. He said yes.
Well, no, he maybe knew a day before you did.
All right.
But we do have the traps in there, and they're still coming up empty as we. But maybe. Well, we don't want to leave them there this weekend because we don't want them to starve to death.
Starve to death. So we'll pick him up. What I want to do is take the one off the floor. He's obviously spending more time up on the counter, Preston, up on the tables.
I wonder.
Well, I think because he lives in the console where my receivers. I have one right outside. Kathy, it's like if you walked out of your home and there was a Target right in front of you, you'd figure you'd go right in, right? It's right there where in his home. Big cracker with peanut butter on it, just sitting there.
Have you looked inside? Are there any droppings or anything inside your little thing?
I didn't.
Okay.
Droppings in the console?
Yeah.
I've seen droppings around on the table, and I brush them off, and that's the issue. You don't want that.
I wonder if
little
he's
tiny
going
mouse turds.
for warmth, like back there by all.
Yeah, it's all in general. It's warm, but it's also protected.
Yeah. All right, well, listen, today, and we're nearing the end here at the end of the program, it's voting for Cardboard Classic Home Edition that is taking place. And yes, we thank all the teams that have participated. It's 8, so it's not a gigantic gallery for you to go through, but we need you to place your vote on who did it best this year. It's simply for bragging rights and the official cardboard trophy from Acme Corrugated Box Company. So you know what? Let's chat about these sleds, if you guys don't mind.
No, I'd love to, because it's just amazing stuff.
Yeah, so we want to thank, and I'll mention each team and describe what it is they have built. So we'll start with the Delco Cardboard Building Bitches. That's our buddy Bob Havens. And the name of his sled is Hey Mister, you in there?
Yes.
Hey Mister.
And it's an outhouse. And like Bob does every year, he has put a variety of show-centric things inside. What?
That's not an outhouse. I think that's an outdoor shower.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Casey, there's a shower going up above, so there you go. Beer in the shower.
There's a banjo.
Yep.
Which we went on a banjo jag for a while.
He's got some things that represent charities like Team Luke, Nick, which you're involved in.
And Bob contributes to and climbs every year. He's fantastic.
Yep. And I don't have the full gallery in front of me. I just have a one photo that's a bit of a distance, but it is loaded with Preston and Steve show references, some that are even so obscure that I probably wouldn't know what they are. But he's got a number of things in there. And he actually took this thing out for a run. Our buddy Brian at Chorus Photography sent me some video of actually him riding in it. They took it out to a small hill. So you have that, the Delco Cardboard Building Bitches. Then you have Team CBC Shenanigans, and the sled is the return of the human bowling ball.
I love it.
And I saw a social media post from him, and it was 10 years ago that we saw the human bowling ball come down the hill.
We went, what the hell is that?
We didn't know if anybody was in it or not, because it was an orb that rolled all the way down the hill. Right. And we're like, is somebody in that? And then sure enough, he came up out of the thing. And spilled out onto the sled, or onto the slope. And so this one is built with him inside it as well. You've got to be insane to ride down the hill in something like this. And not only that, he built pins, or 6 pins, and each one of them is a member of the Preston and Steve show.
It looks great.
It's excellent.
Now, obviously, the craftsmanship on the second one, the artwork is great. There's an WMMR with sort of like a flamed out look to it. It's awesome.
Yeah. What I love about that story from
10 years, man. 10
is that guy called us. If you recall, he called us. I guess he was maybe off of one of the exits of the Northeast Extension. He didn't have a ride. Right. He had this sled that he had built, and he didn't have a way to get it up there, and called into our show. And then one of the listeners on the way. Oh, there he goes.
Here he is. He's on the line.
There you go.
This is Ryan. Hey, Ryan. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Yo, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
So we were looking at your video, and we were reminiscing. Casey was telling us about the 10 years ago bowling ball, and that you had called us and said you didn't have a way to get it up to Jack Frost?
Yeah, it didn't fit in my van. It was like just a couple inches too big, and I overshot on the build. And so I put my phone number out on the radio as a Hail Mary, and as soon as I hung up, I got a phone call, somebody offering to take it up, and then he goes, psych, this is Casey. So Casey pranked me. Thanks, Casey. That gave me a good, much-needed laugh.
I don't remember that, but what a dick, man.
Yeah, but I wanted to mention quick. So I was supposed to have a video of it rolling down the hill in our backyard. I built it on the Saturday right before it was due. I started at 3 p.m. on that Saturday and did it in a matter of hours. And we had that torrential rain all week, so the weekend.
It wiped out the snow.
Outside.
Yeah. Of course.
Well, technically, you don't really need snow for that thing. You could just roll it down a hill, right?
Yeah, well, it was raining all weekend, so I didn't want to
You don't get stuck in a
during the rain.
mud pit.
Gotcha. Well, listen, just recalling that original run 10 years ago, when you got done, what did that feel like?
It was actually a super smooth ride. I had it packed so perfectly where I just fit. You know, it was like I was in a Titan car seat.
Okay.
So I was just dizzy. But the thing for this year, but it was like the silver lining of it all was, now there's the rules for no more rolling sleds. So
right.
As soon as you guys said the home edition, I was like, oh, there we go.
That's perfect. Yeah, we had to cancel the rolling thing. There was just too much potential for danger and running over, getting off of the slope and hitting people and stuff like that. So we had to put the kibosh on that design. Well, listen, dude, this one looks great. We like the bowling pins as an addition, and we're putting it up to the listeners. So we'll find out by the end of the show, or maybe on Monday we'll reveal who the winner is. All right, bud?
Yeah, cool. All right, thanks, man.
All right, Ryan, have a good weekend. Thank you, man.
Love
Excellent.
It. It's so cute. His kids are clearly in on just loving the whole thing with the bowling ball and the rolling over the pins. The video is great.
So the next one is Cardboard Sled Union 933.
We know these guys.
And it is the Toaster. The name of the sled is Toaster Likes How Well Air Conditioner Blows. And you know what? We got Pat with the Cardboard Sled Union. Everybody's calling in. I love it. Yo, Pat, how you doing, bud?
Gadzooks, guys.
Gadzooks, my man. So, Sled Union 933. You guys have been in it for a while. What are some of the sleds of the years past that you have introduced to us?
Well, last year we had the Hogwarts Express.
Wow.
So
oh, my God. That was amazing. Right that was a work of art.
And our winner, right?
Yes, yeah.
That was amazing.
We're trying to keep that championship going. We're trying to add to the trophies.
And you know what made that extra special is that it didn't almost kill anybody. And that's
it almost killed. We had, Nick, Sarah, and Pierre. So I know Pierre just signed his, contract for the 40 years. We almost killed him. So, I mean, I'm
there you go.
That.
All right.
Well, listen, tell us about this year's sled. And by the way, Marissa, there's somebody else calling in, and somebody can answer that in case it's another contestant. So tell us about this year's sled.
So, we just we always do a movie theme. Like I said, we're going to do Yellow Submarine this year. Obviously, we want to keep that for a big sled. Hopefully next year we can do that. So somebody brought up, Brave Little Toaster. We wouldn't normally do that as a big sled. So we're like, this is the perfect year for that. And it's kind of like a demented child's movie, like with a crazy clown and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, man, you got to check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like in the 80s. It's like a really good film. It's actually the Pixar guys.
Oh, really?
Before they jumped into the CGI stuff, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But definitely worth checking out. And I just want to thank everybody that was a part of this year, and especially Eric Simon. He's been doing a lot of work for us. So, I mean, really props to everybody that's been a part of this year.
Was this your idea to get this together?
Yeah, so what happened was I was talking to Bob because I was like, one of these snow days, me and you will have to, build sleds and we'll shoot text back and forth to each other as like a little competition.
Right.
And we kind of spun it off from that. And I was like, we can get this going. I'll try to contact other teams, which I did. Once I had enough, I figured I'd contact you guys. And, yeah, we got it up and running.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Well, listen, we got the voting up and running. Good luck to you, my man, and we'll let you know who wins, okay?
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Pat. Yes.
It's really cool.
All right, we're going to move to another one. By the way, I don't know what team Steve is with. If you could let me know, that'd be great. All right, so the next one is Team Girls, and they did what they're calling the half-ass horse. I think design-wise, this is the one that's most impressive, and then that's just me, though.
No, it's very cool.
It's really small.
Yeah, but the artwork and the accuracy is pretty amazing.
They built basically a horse from the neck up, so the head of the horse, and then they have two of the front legs sticking out in front of it. And when I tell you the detail work on this horse's head is down to, I'd like to see this up close. I would. I don't know how they pulled this off, but it looks amazing. So,
is it a show reference at all, or is it just them having fun with a half a horse?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't see any obvious show references, but it's just a cool looking design.
Yeah, it is.
So good luck to Team Girls, and if you haven't seen this yet, you can take a look. Then we have Team Rosie the Riveter. The name of their sled is the Bad Boy. And I'm assuming since it's Team Rosie the Riveter, maybe they're going for a World War II theme. And, Steve, it looks like the Flying Tigers P-40 aircraft,
That's
maybe?
exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's got the same sort of artwork on the front of it.
Yep, so it's got the bared teeth and the eye, which when I was a kid, that was
I love
the
that
World War
design.
II area, besides the
Spitfire?
the Lightning. No, the P... I forgot what it was.
P-90X.
No, the P-38 Lightning. The P-40 was probably my favorite aircraft. So that's cool. That's a neat little nod there. Then you have Team Wilson. And that's who we have on the line. We have Steve Wilson, who is from Team Wilson, from Wilson Secret Sauce, of course. Hey, Steve, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you guys?
Doing awesome. All right, so you guys are a barbecue joint, and I see you've got Feeding America represented on the front of your sled. In fact, that's the name of it, right?
Yeah, so we have a customer that comes in, and her name's Desiree, and she's been feeding people out of her house. And Subaru and Phil Abundance got a hold of it, and they've given her a car for 6 months.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she's feeding 80 to 100 families a week out of her house.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so we've been donating. 2 weeks ago, we gave her 25 pounds of brisket. Last week, we gave her 30 pounds of brisket.
Wow.
And, Phil Abundance has been helping. And being that we've been down to the camp out for a few years now, cooking for the volunteers and the shows, for the show and everybody, it just kind of seemed like it was perfect because of how much Phil Abundance and Subaru's involved with the Preston and Steve show. So.
Oh, man.
It looks great, and I had mentioned this one earlier that I busted out laughing because you have the one of the pictures is Casey's latest license photo, and the other one is Kathy's picture.
When she woke up one morning
and thought, what happened at nighttime while sleeping?
You couldn't possibly look worse.
I didn't understand what happened.
Took a picture of herself, and it's one of our favorite photos. So we love that you guys put that in there, man.
When I saw that picture, I'm like, I'm making that into a poster.
That's the best. So it's a car, and it's got this really cool charity theme to it, and of course you added the pictures of the cast in there, which is fantastic. And by the way, may I say, dude, you guys' food is so damn good.
It's great.
Oh,
thank you.
No problem.
Really appreciate all the support and love you guys throw at us over the air. We really appreciate it. And the cardboard. Sorry, guys.
You get a drive-through?
No, it's probably his wife in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's in the trunk.
All right. Steve, good luck to you in the contest, man. Thanks a bunch, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Steve Wilson. Wilson's Secret Sauce. All right. So after them on this list of voting, we have Team Sledheads.
Yes.
The name of the sled is the Nutbulance.
Okay.
Okay. So it's an ambulance. But if you remember the most infamous moment of last year's Cardboard Classic,
yes,
was when the Mr. Peanut mobile went down the hill, and Mr. Peanut himself got out, walked out in front of, ran down in front of this gigantic sled, and he got run over. The video went viral. It was all over the place. Barstool Sports had posted it, and it just... Are you watching it right now?
I am, yeah. It ended up on MTV. People will send it to me. It ends up on random Instagram posts all the time. I'm glad that Mike is okay, but man, was it funny when it happened.
It's hard to watch. I can't watch it.
Now
I think maybe because I know the outcome of what happened, but I can't watch that sled hit him.
Preston was in the sled.
I was.
And then when you,
he stepped on the gas.
I was in the driver's seat. I'm like, oh no. Boom, we hit him, and then we get out. We had to lift. Everybody bailed out. We had to lift that thing off him. It weighed over 1,000 pounds. I mean, it was gigantic. And so once we got him off, I did a medical test. I asked him how many fingers I was holding up. He got it right, and I said, he's okay. He's okay. Yay! Meanwhile, blood was coming out of his mouth.
Oh, jeez.
He ended up having to have his jaw wired shut and all this other stuff. But with enough of that setup, this is Mike, guys.
Yay!
Team Sledheads. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Regular Saturday night thing, baby. All right, so, and I must point out that Mike, in this photo that he submitted, is in the Mr. Peanut costume, which I guess you saved. And you put the ambulance sled on top of you. Just like it happened last year. Oh, my God, dude. And
Great work on the ambulance, by the way.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Thanks, man.
All right, so tell us about the sled making. Was this all you, or did you have some help?
Yeah, I had one partner, Ed Daupt.
Okay.
We don't have many hours in it. It's just like 7 or 8 hours.
Okay.
Well, 7 or 8 hours. Well, you certainly put it to good use. I have to say this. Did your wife participate in it at all? Because I know she kind of shakes her head when you do this.
No, that's a different story.
Okay. By the way, there was a little text back and forth between me and Mike. He got it done, and then he was going to bring it out to take some pictures and take it out for a run to a place that's right by where I live. And so he texts me. He's like, hey, you want to come out and see this? He goes, I'm over at Bergie Mill Road. And, okay, so this used to be the popular sledding place nearby until they closed it like 5 years ago because a kid died going down it. And I'm like, Mike, I can't recommend that you take that sled on that hill and run it down there. And he's like, what did you tell me?
Yeah, it was somebody died.
Yeah. But you had said something like, dude, I've been going there since I was a kid or something like that.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. And then he wrote, hold my beer. But it's all overgrown now so that you can't go sledding on it. But you did end up taking some pictures. Did you take this? Did we see a video of you? Was that at Spring Mountain taking it out for a run?
Yep.
Yeah, because there are skiers coming down around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a ski patroller come up to us, and he's like, what's going on here?
Wait, how did you get it up the mountain?
Yeah.
We pushed it.
Yeah, but how'd you
How'd you
sneak
get it
on there?
inside?
You just push it up and then,
Yeah, but you can't get to that area unless you cross this little bridge and they allow you to go through there.
That's on the expert hill.
Okay. He figured out.
Okay, whatever. He gamed the system and got it up there.
Oh, my God. That's really funny. Well, fortunately, they're big listeners of the show, so maybe they were okay with it.
Yeah. Well, excellent, man. Well, it looks great. I'm kind of happy that you're getting a year off from the actual event because I know you would have done something crazy this year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't even. We might have had to have physically restrained him.
I know.
Right?
You're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Kathy, that your traffic report this morning for the Morewood and Allentown Road, I was actually almost part of that.
Oh my God!
I was driving down the road and I see this older gentleman laying face down in a small creek.
Oh,
he just about rolled the car, but maybe it was a good thing we didn't have the classic because I might have saved his life.
Wow,
jeez,
you did save his life?
He was face down in the creek.
Dear God. Okay, so, all right, good reason to not have it. Again, there you go.
Yeah.
Mike, you lead an interesting life. Thank you for checking in, bub. We'll talk to you later. Good luck.
Gadzooks.
All right. And then the last one that you get to vote for, and please do at PrestonandSteve.com, is from the team, the Sledding Savages.
I like this.
It's called Bonsai Bill. Steve, I love this.
Yeah.
It's the bullet guys from Mario Brothers, from the Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
So it's the bullet that has the teeth and the eyes on it, the face on it, that you would obviously have to avoid if you were playing Super Mario Brothers. And it's totally enclosed where you would get inside it and close a hatch on the top.
Like a bizarre submarine.
Very well done, by the way. And obviously a couple of kids from the constructors are inside of this, peeking their heads out of it. So,
and it actually has like a sheen on it.
Yeah, it does. They did a great job with the artwork on this. I'm very impressed. So, those are the 8 that you have to choose from. We're going to double back to the first one that we had mentioned from the Delco Cardboard Building Bitches. One of our regulars at the Cardboard Classic, Bob Havens, is on. Yo, Bob, how you doing?
Hey, mister.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the name of his sled. Hey, mister, you in there. Bob, what are some of the references that we missed that are on your sled to the show?
Well,
93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, brought to you this morning by Royal Farms. So real fresh, real fast. Start each morning with a hot, fresh cup of Royal Farms coffee. It's made 1 cup at a time from the finest coffee beans in the world and freshly ground just seconds before serving. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Prince Philip was apparently in a more desperate situation than was originally suggested and, in fact, underwent a successful heart surgery. Amazingly, in anticipation of potential complications from Oprah's interview with Harry and Meghan this Sunday night, surgeons closed Philip's incision with a zipper. Medical officials in Florida, the good news, have determined that Super Bowl 55 was not a super spreader event for COVID-19, despite initial fears. However, they're quick to point out that it was a super spreader event for boredom.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And finally, Nick Jonas has just released a single he describes as a personal love note to his wife, Priyanka Chopra. Jonas says everything he has been feeling is in the song titled, What Can I Say? You Put It in Your Mouth. And that's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, let's see if we can get a winner over here. We are looking for an answer to this question. If your doo-doo went through a breakup, there are comfort foods, and then there's comfort what else. And I will go to John, see if he knows. Hey, John, how you doing, man?
Not bad. How are you?
Awesome. All right, John, there are comfort foods, and there are comfort...
Vagina.
You got it, John. Hang on the line. We are going to get you, my friend, a Hand and Stone gift card valid for a free massage or a facial. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it's self-care. Schedule a relaxing massage or refreshing facial at your local Hand and Stone massage and facial spa for just $59.95 for first-time guests. Visit one of their 55 area locations, handandstone.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
The end is purple.
And it is brought to you by Salus University. Salus University offers some of the fastest growing and highest paid health professions in the country, including optometry, audiology, and speech-language pathology. Salus University, the future of health science since 1919. To apply, visit salus.edu. We'll start with Godsmack. They have spent the last year working on a couple of different